Ever had that killer app idea, but you had absolutely no clue where to even begin? Well, you're in exactly the right place. Today, we're going to map out your entire journey into the world of Android development, step by step.
Okay, so this is your starting block. Every single developer's journey begins with just a single line of code. The Android ecosystem is, well, it's massive, and it's always evolving, ready for whatever you're going to create. But just how big of a playing field are we talking about here?
I want you to let this number sink in for a second. 72%. That is Android's slice of the entire global smartphone market. We're not just talking about a big audience. We're talking about a planet-sized community that you can build things for right now.
So, with nearly 3 out of every 4 smartphone users on this platform, what are you waiting for? The opportunity is just staggering. Now let's gear up and talk about the tools you're going to need to get started.
All right, your first major decision as a new developer is picking your programming language. Now for Android, it really boils down to 2 main contenders.
So on one hand, you've got Java. Think of it as the veteran, the manual car. It's been around forever, since 1995. It's powerful, and it has a massive community behind it. It's super reliable, but it does mean you have to handle more of the mechanics yourself. Then, on the other hand, you have Kotlin. This is the fresh graduate, the automatic car. It's modern, it's streamlined, and it's designed to let you focus on where you're going, the app, not the engine underneath.
And this right here shows you the difference in a nutshell. On the left, that's Java's classic hello world. Just look at all that extra stuff, the brackets, the extra lines. We call that boilerplate. Now look at Kotlin on the right. It does the exact same thing in just 2 lines. That's what we mean when we say it's less verbose. Less typing for you, same result.
And here is another huge win for Kotlin, something called null safety. Okay, imagine your app is following a list of instructions, and one of them points to, well, an empty box. In Java, that can cause a really common crash called a null point exception. Kotlin, though, has this built-in safety net that just prevents this from ever happening, which makes your app way more stable.
So, which one is right for you? Well, if you need something that's truly battle-tested for large, complex systems, and you really value a huge, long-standing community, Java is a fortress. But if you want a cleaner, safer, more modern language that lets you build faster and, oh yeah, is officially recommended by Google, then Kotlin is your rocket ship. You know what the best part is? You don't even have to choose just one. They work together perfectly in the same project. All right, you've chosen your language, or at least you know the options. Now for the really fun part, actually building something. Let's walk through creating your very first app. And trust me, it's way easier than you think. This is your command center. It's called Android Studio. It's the official and totally free toolkit from Google. It has literally everything you need to write your code, design how your app looks and feels, and even test it out. Seriously, creating your first app is a simple 3-step process. You open up Android Studio and start a new project. You select the empty activity template, which just gives you a nice clean slate. And then you just hit run. That's it. Android Studio handles all the hard work, and just like that, you've built your first app. Congratulations, you are officially an app developer. Okay, now that you've seen how easy it is to build something, let's talk about building it the right way. This isn't just about making code that works, it's about responsibility. It's about protecting your users. You've probably heard this phrase before, but in software development, it is the golden rule. When people use your app, they are trusting you with their data, sometimes their most personal data. Protecting that trust, that is your #1 job. And look, this isn't just a best practice. It's a fundamental principle that's backed by a ton of academic research. Security is not a feature you add on at the end. It has to be part of your thinking from day one, from the very first line of code. So what does that actually look like? Well, it really rests on these 4 pillars. First, encryption. That's basically scrambling data to protect user secrets from prying eyes. Second, authentication, making sure the person using the app is who they say they are. Third, permissions, making sure your app only asks for access to what it absolutely needs and nothing more. And finally, threat detection, actively looking for and stopping any malicious activity. So let's do a quick recap of the journey we've just mapped out. We started with this incredible opportunity to build for 72% of the world's smartphone users. We looked at the choice you have to make between the veteran Java and the modern Kotlin. We saw that your very first app is literally just a few clicks away. And, most importantly, we've learned about the critical responsibility to build everything securely. So there you have it. You have the roadmap,
You know the tools, and you understand the rules. The path is clear. Now, the only question left, and this is the most exciting part, is up to you. What will you create first?